Tonight, a silent robbery is taking place inside your own home, and the most terrifying part is that you're likely sleeping right through it, or more accurately, waking up just enough to let it happen. I am about to pull back the curtain on a hidden crisis that is stripping away your most precious asset, something far more valuable than your bank account, your property, or even your outward appearance. This invisible thief is stealing your deep, restorative sleep, the very foundation upon which your memory, your hormonal balance, your immune system, and your total lifespan are built. You might think you are just getting older, but the truth is far more sinister. Every time you find yourself jolted awake in the dark, driven by an urgent, nagging need to use the bathroom, your body is sounding a frantic alarm that you've been conditioned to ignore. This is not just a minor inconvenience of aging. It is a quiet epidemic, a biological sabotage that is draining the vitality from millions of Americans every single night. Recent clinical data suggests a staggering reality where over 60% of adults over the age of 55 are no longer sleeping through the night, instead being forced out of bed 2, 3, or even 4 times. This is Senior Secrets Health 365, and today we are exposing how this nightly ritual is actually a calculated attack on your longevity. You might tell yourself that waking up just once isn't a big deal, but that is where the most dangerous deception lies. When researchers at leading American medical institutions, including specialists in sleep neurology at top-tier universities in Chicago and Baltimore, looked into the physiological fallout of these interruptions, they were horrified by what they found. Their data proves that even a single trip to the bathroom in the middle of the night can slash your deep wave sleep by as much as 40%. Take a moment to let that number sink in. 40% of your body's prime recovery time is simply deleted. This is a critical window when your cells undergo deep repair, when your brain flushes out metabolic waste, and when your vital organs are supposed to rejuvenate. By losing nearly half of this restorative phase, your production of growth hormone, the very chemical that keeps your muscles strong, your skin resilient, and your energy levels high, begins to plummet. Your brain struggles to solidify the memories of the day, leaving you feeling foggy, forgetful, and prematurely aged by the time the sun comes up. You aren't just tired, you are biologically weathering at an accelerated rate because your internal repair shop is being forced to close its doors every few hours. The most frightening aspect of this process is its stealth. It happens so gradually that you begin to accept exhaustion as your new normal. You blame the calendar. But the reality is that your body is trapped in a cycle of fragmented rest that is rapidly depleting your life force. But what if I told you that the key to reassembling your broken sleep isn't found in a prescription bottle or some expensive, synthetic chemical? What if the solution has been sitting in your kitchen pantry all along, hidden in plain sight, within 4 specific types of nuts that we have underestimated for generations? This isn't some internet myth or old wives' tale. It is a discovery being validated by elite research centers from the Mayo Clinic to the neurologists at Johns Hopkins. These scientists are beginning to realize that the secret to a calm bladder and a quiet mind lies in specific nutrient profiles that can actually override the triggers that wake you up. Before we dive into how these simple foods can act as a biological brake on the aging process, remember that the sleep you lose tonight becomes a debt your body will eventually demand payment for. We've been led to believe that frequent nighttime urination is strictly a bladder problem or simply the result of drinking too much water before bed. However, modern science reveals the roots are much deeper, tangled within the complex machinery of our kidneys, our muscular elasticity, and the way our brain pulses out melatonin, the master sleep hormone. This is where our 4 nutritional heroes enter the story, working in harmony to soothe an overactive system and shield your sleep cycles from interruption. While the Western medical model often rushes to prescribe diuretics or sedative pills that come with a heavy price tag of dizziness, constipation, and long-term dependency, there's another way. In many cultures across the globe, food has always been the primary medicine. When American researchers finally put these ancient dietary traditions under the microscope, they found that the results aligned perfectly with the latest breakthroughs in urology and neuroscience. Imagine a night where you fall asleep and stay under, where your bladder remains peaceful and your kidneys process fluids with quiet efficiency. You wake up after 7 or 8 hours of uninterrupted rest, a feeling of pure bliss that many seniors haven't experienced in decades. This is not a distant dream. It is a biological reality within your reach. Our journey into this natural sleep revolution begins with the 4th nut on our list, the humble almond. This common snack is actually a pharmacological powerhouse in disguise, loaded with a specific mineral that a vast majority of Americans are desperately lacking. When a clinical study in California provided seniors with a concentrated source of this mineral, their nighttime bathroom trips dropped by 34% in less than a month. Almonds are one of the world's richest sources of magnesium, a mineral that acts as nature's ultimate muscle relaxant. For someone struggling with a finicky bladder, magnesium is a godsend because it gently calms the bladder wall, preventing those involuntary contractions that create a false sense of urgency. Simultaneously, magnesium is the essential spark plug for melatonin production in the brain. Without it, your internal clock stays stuck in a state of high alert, and your bladder becomes twitchy and irritable. To unlock this power, avoid the salted or roasted varieties found in vending machines. Instead, take 5 to 7 raw almonds and soak them in water for about 6 hours. This ancient practice neutralizes enzyme inhibitors and makes the nutrients far more bioavailable for your digestive system. Enjoying these softened almonds an hour before bed, perhaps with a warm glass of milk, creates a soothing ritual that tells your nervous system it is safe to shut down for the night. Moving forward to the third discovery, we find the mighty walnut. The power of the walnut is so profound that it has left sleep researchers in Boston absolutely stunned. While most foods contain precursors to sleep chemicals, the walnut is one of the very few natural sources that actually contains preformed melatonin. Think about the significance of that. Instead of taking a synthetic supplement made in a lab, you are consuming the exact hormone your brain uses to regulate your circadian rhythm, packaged perfectly by nature. A major study published in an American clinical journal confirmed that eating walnuts significantly raises the levels of melatonin in the blood. But it doesn't stop there. Walnuts also boost your levels of serotonin, the feel-good chemical that the body eventually converts into even more sleep-inducing hormones. In Eastern traditions, walnuts were often prescribed as a kidney tonic for the elderly, and modern biology now knows why. The omega-3 fatty acids in walnuts reduce inflammation in the renal system, improving blood flow and calming the nerves that send panic signals to your bladder in the middle of the night. For the best results, consume 2 or 3 whole walnuts about an hour before sleep. If you find them slightly bitter, a tiny drizzle of honey can help transport the sleep-promoting compounds across the blood-brain barrier even faster. Imagine gaining an extra 90 minutes of deep sleep every single night just by making this one small adjustment. The second nut in our arsenal is the vibrant pistachio, and its effects on the kidneys are nothing short of revolutionary. Researchers at a prominent university in Seattle found that pistachios possess a unique ability to regulate how your kidneys filter fluid while you sleep. They aren't just relaxing your muscles, they are fundamentally changing the rate at which your bladder fills up. This is due to a rare and perfectly balanced combination of potassium and vitamin B6. Potassium is the master regulator of fluid balance in the human body. When your levels are low, your kidneys tend to dump excess water into the bladder, leading to those frustrating midnight marathons to the bathroom. By stabilizing your potassium levels with a handful of pistachios, you allow your kidneys to hold on to fluids more effectively, releasing them slowly and predictably. Meanwhile, the vitamin B6 in pistachios is crucial for creating GABA, a neurotransmitter that acts like a mute button for your nervous system, preventing the brain from misinterpreting minor bladder pressure as an emergency. In a controlled trial, seniors who added unsalted pistachios to their evening routine reported a dramatic decrease in nighttime wakefulness. To make this work for you, eat about 20 unsalted pistachios after dinner. Avoid the salted ones, as excess sodium will actually pull more water into your bladder and ruin the effect. Pairing them with a small square of dark chocolate can even enhance the magnesium synergy, creating a double layer of protection for your sleep. Finally, we reach the pinnacle of our list, the number 1 nut for a transformative night's rest, the hazelnut. This is the one that has truly caught the medical community off guard because it addresses the 3 major triggers of sleep disruption simultaneously: an overactive bladder, irregular hormone cycles, and chronic inflammation within the urinary tract. When seniors integrated pure hazelnuts into their diet, their bathroom trips were often cut in half within just a few weeks. The secret lies in a potent trio of vitamin E, omega-9 fatty acids, and unique plant compounds called phytosterols. Vitamin E acts as a biological shield for the delicate lining of your bladder, protecting it from the oxidative stress that makes it feel irritated and full even when it isn't. The omega-9s work to soothe inflammation throughout the entire urinary system, creating a calm internal environment. Unlike pharmaceutical sleep aids that leave you feeling groggy or hungover the next morning, Hazelnuts provide a gentle, natural transition into deep sleep. For the ultimate impact, consume 6 to 8 raw or lightly dry roasted hazelnuts about an hour before bed. You can even crush them into a warm herbal tea to create a traditional sleep tonic that prepares your body for a night of uninterrupted, restorative bliss. This is a complete roadmap to reclaiming your nights. By choosing these 4 simple, everyday foods, almonds, walnuts, pistachios, and hazelnuts, you are taking back control from the silent thief of sleep. No more tossing and turning, no more interrupted dreams, just the deep, healing rest your body deserves. Start your journey with Senior Secrets Health 365 tonight. Listen to how your body responds in the morning and step into a future where you wake up truly refreshed for the first time in years. Would you like me to help you design a specific 7-day meal plan that incorporates these nuts into your evening routine for maximum effectiveness?